This will be my least viewed video ever, and I'm okay with that. I've accepted it. Naturally, there are some characters in Transformers, characters that will get clicks and views and shares and those lovely, lovely, oh so lovely subscribers. You've got your heavy hitters such as Optimus Prime, Megatron, Bumblebee, Grimlock, and so on. I could go for ages. And that's a good thing. There need to be the important tentpole characters that anybody could recognize. But more than those, I love my weirdos. And I get to choose what I review, so hey guys, I'm Gary the Gremlin, but I can't deal with that now, because today we're looking at Beast Machine's Mega Class Rattrap. No, he's not exactly a linchpin in Transformers history like Starscream or Hot Rod, but I hope by watching this video I can convince you of the importance he still holds. We're starting in rat mode because if I'd started in robot mode, you'd have clicked off the video already. I'll give you a sneak peek real fast, okay? Ready? Want me to do it again? Okay, I'm playing too much. This really is a gorgeous but confusing thing. One of those ones that really makes you stop and question what the designers were smoking. A life-size toy rat that looks nothing like a rat, in part due to its metallic green color scheme. The fancy Transformer fan word for this look is techno-organic, but we can just settle to call it confusing. I know none of you have seen the Beast Machines cartoon, so I could definitely add another 2 minutes to this video's runtime if I wanted to explain it. But Chris McFeely exists for a reason. I'm not trying to run a Where's Transformers the Basics here, so we're gonna skip it. All you need to know for the purposes of this video is that Beast Machines was off its rocker. If you can believe it, Rattrap here is by far one of the tamest designs out of the show. Take a look at some of his contemporaries. This is Megatron, and this is also Megatron. And no, I don't think I'll explain. He packs so much detail in this mode, from the sculpted tufts of fur on his back to all the strange little circles and panel lines across his body. In addition to that, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Rat here has got so much paint. There are these silver stripes on his back and these black stripes on his legs, and then pretty much all the silver and deep blood red is painted. And that's not all, mind you. There's also occasionally some of this orangish yellow highlighting his cheeks and his thighs. This seems to me a better paint budget than most modern leader classes get, and it's on such a strange and obscure toy. And that's what makes it great, I think. Aww. They wasted no effort and spared no expense on such a strange little guy. The articulation here really adds to the experience of playing with this vermin. The front legs and the back legs are highly posable. Sorry, I shouldn't have said vermin, that's probably a rodent slur. Apologies. The head has an opening jaw as well as the ability to bend down really far, like that's way too far. The tail has 5 different joints, making it super posable, and you can also swivel it, but that reveals Rattrap's extremely fun and cute feature. A fairly complicated series of gears runs along the spine of the figure, meaning that when the head is fully straightened out, twisting the tail will move the head left to right as the ears wiggle back and forth. This is an amazing feature, and I had no idea about it when I picked this guy up on a whim. With all that articulation, you can get him into some pretty great poses, like sitting upright. Ain't that a charmer? Adorable. I didn't even mention the light piping and the giant big orange eyes. It really is amazing. And I don't think I got across earlier how big he is. He is the size of like a New York City rat, not just your regular rat. The main part of his body is about 6 inches long, and with the tail, he's a foot. And I love his vibe. He just looks like a big evil rat. It might be giving the wrong message, given he's one of the good guys, but that darker color scheme and the blood red and the sinister look, it's wonderful. I love the expression and character sculpted into him. He exudes a cartoony energy that is just so fun. And I want you to try to keep all of that in your heart and mind as we look at the robot mode, okay? Okay? Not showing the full transformation, but I should mention there is a gorgeous orange spark crystal that's only visible during transformation. Again, another testament to the love and effort put into this figure. But then, this robot mode happens. Rattrap's catchphrase of, "We're all gonna die," now sounds less funny and more like a threat, doesn't it? I think this thing wants us to die. I'm not sure exactly what was happening here. Making Rattrap a hunchback was certainly an inspired decision. Earlier, for rat mode, I questioned what they were smoking. This is the opposite. I think someone going through withdrawals made this. Everything seems a little bit wrong, a little too spindly, bulbous, gangly, all the fun descriptor words. If vermin is indeed a rodent slur, I don't feel bad saying it now. This robot is frightening. It's that head sculpt that's the main problem, right? I think we're all in agreement there. Certainly one of the most expressive Transformer faces, with the lopsided grin and the eyes all squinty. It's giving Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but less in a fun way and more in a ugh. The light piping is back, as well as a feature where if you pull his scalp back, he'll scream. This isn't really a normal feature with Transformers, but it's pretty much standard on everything else, I think. I'm sure this robot mode could have been better. I just think it's hampered by some of its own design choices. His neck is sort of forced to only look down due to that giant hunch, as well as the shoulders that can't swing outwards and only rotate. Other than that, the articulation is great, but those are some pretty key spots to be so compromised, and it means the whole thing kind of struggles. Double jointed elbows aren't worth spit if your shoulder can't move. The colors here seem a little wrong now. The candy apple red on the chest now makes him look diseased and inflamed. The tail can plug into this gaping hole on his hands so he can whip, but not really nay-nay. One sort of interesting feature are these large pizzas on the side of his knees, which can swing open animated prowl style to reveal some blades. This is pretty fun, though extremely useless. Tell me he's gonna run up to somebody and fight them with just his knees. That's not all, however, because if you're one of the 3 people in the world who's watched Beast Machines, you'll know this isn't exactly what he looked like in the show. Nope, fold these big flat feet up and flip his pizzas around to give him his show-accurate roller mode. And though this is ugly as sin, I think a certain amount of respect has to be had here for the sheer nerve of what's happening. Using the tail, you can manage to actually make him balance like this, and while it kind of looks more like a wheelchair than a form of futuristic locomotion, it's pretty cool. Arguably the first Transformer with a wheelchair, though don't quote me on that, I just said it without checking. And I guess it's kind of no wonder the world collectively passed this guy by when he first appeared on store shelves. Lord knows there was a lot more going on in 2001 in America. No, there's just too much different with this guy. Though the rat mode is amazing, that uncanny valley robot mode is too hard of a pill to swallow. There's nothing really structurally wrong with it. I mean, the limited neck and shoulder articulation is bad, but there are toys with less articulation I've praised before. Hell, if you want an example, my trusty Action Master Grimlock, who's in every video, who has like 4 points of articulation. I am in love with the rat. I got this toy for the rat, and I think you should get this toy for the rat. And if you really love Beast Machines, I'm sure you'll love him because he's a perfect realization of the show model. We're talking Transformers animated levels of show-to-toy accuracy. It's fairly unprecedented. But I don't think there's anyone out there who keeps this thing in robot mode. This is much less one of my should you get this or not reviews, and much more of a look at this scrimpy scrumpy little freak review. The good news is that if you're for some reason smitten with this thing like I am, they're pretty easy to find. I bought this for $20 at a comic book store, and that's pretty much the price you'll find him on eBay or anywhere else. I love him. Aww. He's kind of more of a conversation piece Transformer. One that you can show to a new Transformers fan and go, look at this hot rat. If you've made it this far in the video, I think you have to subscribe. Seriously. If I've somehow kept your attention for this long, then you might as well stick around for the long run. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm Gary the Gremlin, and thanks for watching. I'll see you later.